All right, it's been 30 seconds-ish. So I'm going to call your attention back for just a little bit of a closing. I do hope that you were able to have some good conversation starters. I'm sure we weren't able to finish the discussion and the conversations, but I don't think that is the expectation of the day either. It really is to help to spark the conversation, spark some other ideas, and really send us off into the communities, the neighborhoods, the living rooms that we are in to continue the conversations. Before I pass it off to Harry, a couple of other things for us. Conference evaluations. You have a QR code on your table. So if you know how to use those, or if people at your table know how to help you use them, you can fill out your evaluations this way, or you will be also receiving an email for an evaluation. So if this doesn't interest you, you can just wait for the email and fill out the evaluation that way too. And I know that the Conference Planning Committee is really interested in knowing your feedback and really understanding how the day was for you. So please fill out the information there. Want to say a huge thank you, of course, to and hold the applause till after. We'll do that this way this time. But huge thank you to the Conference Planning Committee from MCC. I have to say this was, again, a really beautiful day filled with great people, great ambiance, great food, and really good, wholesome information. So thank you very much. And of course, to our speakers, I'm going to name them each. Diane, Lyndon, Trevor, Harry, Randy, Chef Jenny, Honey, Martha, and Doyle. A huge thanks to all of them for, again, really trusting all of us with their information, their thoughts, and their feelings as well. Thank you to our sponsors, City of Saskatoon, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Advisory Committee, and Reconciliation Saskatoon. And thanks to all of you for making space, time, not only in your calendars, but also in your brains and in your hearts to spend with those of us today. So thanks to everyone. And to send us off, I'm going to invite Harry back up, please.
Behave. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Well, this has been a very full day, full of good spirit, and really providing me, and I'm assuming it's doing that for others, a sense of hope for where we're headed, and the kind of world that we're trying to create for our children and grandchildren. I was particularly appreciated, that the sort of the road we traveled right from the initial talk about the theology of land and as we journeyed through the different topics, there was a real strong connection through that brought us to the final exercise of actually talking about, well, so what, and that's a good way to end. You walk away from here thinking, well, so what? And then you mull on it, you chew on it, and allow it to take on a life inside of you and help you to evolve, into your next iteration. I also really appreciate the speaking from the heart. I think it's really important, to hear people speak from the heart. It balances out the speaking from the head. And so we leave here, experiencing both, and that's the way it needs to be, especially when we're talking about land. We're only beginning to scratch the surface of land as medicine. Thanks to Sunny, she really give us concrete examples of how the land is medicine. But it's bigger than that. It's much, much bigger. And we're only beginning to realize, what it can do for us, what it can do for our children, especially right now with coming out of the COVID frenzy that we've been in for 2 years, and our young people are suffering from that frenzy, and the land can be the medicine for them. We're finding in our schools, many First Nations are using the land as a way to help young people find their identity, and they're helping their families. They're helping their whole family to slowly begin to realize, how much the land means to them, and how that land can provide can provide the food that you need to grow spiritually, to grow emotionally, psychologically, and to see a new reality for yourself and your children and your grandchildren. It's something it's not just residential school, but schools in general have denied children the opportunity to experience land in a concrete way. We for many years were trained. I'm a teacher from way back, and we were trained to keep kids in the classroom, keep them seated at their desks, and don't talk until you're asked to talk, that kind of mentality, when really we should have been taking them outside and allowing them to explore, bringing them together to talk about their experiences and grow that way. So it's promising. It's really promising. So I think the more we talk to each other, the more the energy becomes positive. And it really is, for me, a heartfelt experience to hear about the Treaty Land Network. I want to know more. A question I have to Martha and Doyle is, how can First Nations get engaged with this? We have a collective ownership, not really ownership. Canada is always telling us they hold it in trust for us. I don't know what that means. It's ours in the first place. But how do we get involved? I'm just wondering. We need to think and talk about that, and can we be a part of the training ground? We've done it in other areas. Maybe we can help by helping farmers to understand Indigenous communities and Indigenous people on their own land, and who knows where that'll take us. So we've got some big questions. We've got some good energy. We've got some good attitude, and we've got some skill in talking to each other, and those are precious. And so thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you very much for spending the day together like this, and let's do it again.
think this mic likes you. I think we all do too. Harry, I just want to say thanks to you again. I feel very privileged to listen to you and to be here with you also, and I think we all do. So thanks again very much. Yeah. And I think that was a fabulous send-off that we got from Harry. So this is our, oh, and Eileen has a send-off. Never mind, Eileen. Send-off from Eileen.
Just really quickly, there is still a pot with Labrador tea, muskeg tea. So if anybody wants to fill up their cup before you drive off, Jesse, where are you? Jesse's going to help you with that over there. Okay.
And with that, thank you, everybody. Safe travels to you, and go further some conversations. Thank you.